Hello and welcome to Cray Valley Meet the Members 2007. This time around I didn't actually go around and video the big guns like G4BUO or G4DFI. I went round and visited most of the people who are a cross-section of Cray Valley, like Phil OPA, Tom, Nigel G1BUO and a few of the others. Anyway, let's get started and let's have a look at Colin's QTH.
Hello, Colin. Come in. Hi, I'm Colin, G3SPJ, and this is my shack here at Abbey Wood in southeast London. I've been licensed now for 44 years. 44 years in October 2007, and I've lived here, believe it or not, for 37 years. So I'm reasonably settled, I think you would say. I've retired now, so I've treated myself to this rather nice array of icon rigs, and I get a great deal of fun out of it. I'm particularly interested in VHF, and I've got equipment here for 2 meters and 6 meters, and my project for the coming winter and spring next year is to get going on 4 meters, and that should be interesting with a lot of new countries coming on the band. I'm quite looking forward to that, but it gives the opportunity for me to do a bit of construction, and I haven't done any construction for a little while now, so I'm looking forward to making probably a transverter for 4 meters and a PA to go on the end, and perhaps I might even make an antenna. So interesting things to do, and something that I'm very remiss at the moment in that I haven't got an HF antenna up, and Paul's just nagged me about that and given me a few good tips. So I think that's a plan for when I come back from my holiday. Get on HF and do some CW again. I used to be very keen, but I've sort of let it dry up a bit, which is inexcusable really, but like riding a bike, you never forget. And I'm looking forward to doing a bit more of that. The computer now has pride of place in the shack, and I think we probably all feel like this. We use the DX clusters for information, and I'm quite interested in the weak signal modes, WSJT. Computer's essential for that. So now, instead of sitting right in front of your rig with the tuning knob there, you sit in front of your keyboard and computer, and the rig's off to one side, but I guess we're all like that. This is Pentium 4 computer. It's 4 years old now and still going. Touch wood. I've had to do a few repairs, as you do, but nice big screen, pride of place. And this is an ICOM IC7400. It's HF 6 and 2 meters. I use it almost exclusively for 2 meters because underneath I have my ICOM 756 Pro 3, and that is my main HF rig. I like it. It's a nice comfortable rig, and I have to say I get a bit mesmerised by the spectrum display with variable bandwidth, so you can the frequency you're tuned to appears in the middle of the display, so it's like a panoramic adapter, and you can see stations popping up either side. And the great value of this to me is on 6 meters during sporadic E openings, because I can be sitting here working at my computer and suddenly my eye's taken by a strong signal popping up out of the grass, and that'll be somebody coming in from Eastern Europe or somewhere like that on 6 meters. So a great boon for a 6 meter operator is a panoramic display. This QTH is quite good for 2 meters in certain directions, north, northwest, and you can perhaps hear now yes, that is the GB3 ANG beacon in IO86, which is 600 kilometres from here in Scotland, and that gives you an indication. It's an ordinary day, there's nothing much going on in the way of propagation, but I can hear the Scottish beacon. And when Bob, M3RCV, comes over here and operates during the 2 metre club championships, we do okay to the north. In fact, when conditions are flat and there's nothing going on to the continent, we get the advantage because UK coverage is pretty good from here. Not so good to Germany, but I have worked a few, and my best ever contact here was with, well, I've done two stations in Russia, so it does work in that direction, but things have to be pretty good.
Colin, tell us about the rest of your station here.
Well, the power supply is a nice modern Yaesu power supply. It's got a transformer, it's not a switching power supply, and I thought it looked big, heavy and reliable, so I put my money with that one. Just above Transmatch, which is a balanced ATU, it's a Z match, and I use that to feed my G5RV when I've got the thing put up, and it's tune feeders all the way. I've got a very old Heathkit iambic Kia there, which I made from a kit in 1978, and that still works okay. A pretty standard manual ATU underneath that. Despite the fact that both rigs have got automatic ATUs, I still find that very useful. This is a little noise generating device for tuning ATUs, so that you can tune the ATU for minimum noise with this on receive, and you don't have to radiate a signal, so no interference. And two little interfaces here for connecting the rigs to the computer to take audio out, in and out of the rigs for my weak signal modes. Morse code is something I try to keep going, and I've got a single paddle keyer here, which is what I use mainly now, and a nice solid Kent hand key, and the key next to it on the right is an old key number 8, and that is what I learnt my Morse code on in 1963, the very key, and that's the one that I used and then subsequently passed the Morse test with.
Oh, very good indeed.
Okay.